Namaste and welcome to another full moon meditation with me, Ellie. So, this month the sun is in the sign of Gemini, and Gemini brings us this intense feeling of separation but also unity. So, it's kind of it represents the flow, the two main flows of life, the downward descending flow into physicality, and the upward flowing movement into unity and oneness and no limitations. And this can lead to some inner conflicts within ourselves. We also see the outer conflicts as we start to want to separate and separate from other people that aren't maybe similar to ourselves. But on the spiritual side of things and what's going on within ourselves, it's representative of this kind of inner conflict that we have of being in form versus being in spirit. We are both matter and spirit. So Gemini, the full moon that falls in the sun sign of Gemini, always brings a massive potency with it. A massive amount of inspiring light impetus comes into the planet. We have literally, in the northern hemisphere, where we have literally the most light in the summer solstice period. So it is the full moon that's usually closest to the summer solstice, but it's not to do with the sunlight. It's to do with that spiritual impetus of life that's flowing through. So if we can open ourselves up in meditation, if we can take some time for reflection and to gain those inner insights, we can actually see our clearer purpose. And when we find our true purpose, it reduces this conflict of like wanting to be informed, not wanting to be informed. Because if we feel like we're just in this body and there's no point in it, what's the point, And it leads to kind of this dissatisfaction, feelings, other emotions like fear, anxiety. Whereas if we can see that actually we've come from everything, we never die, we are all part of the same thing, ultimately, but we've just come down into this form for this purpose. Then actually we can be far more focused. We can find more joy in life because actually all the things, the steps that take us to get there, we can find some resolve and actually be okay with that. Times are sometimes difficult for all of us, and it's how we steer through these this test, if you like, between the battles of our lower desires and our higher desires, and find a midpoint within that where actually we can enjoy being in our bodies, enjoy being on earth, but we don't have to live in fear of doing the right thing or the wrong thing. If we're clear and we find that vision, the polar opposite, in theory, of Gemini is Sagittarius, that one clear pinpoint and focus, and what we're ultimately trying to do is to unify and bring those two signs together so that Gemini and Sagittarius become one, unified, experiencing the duality but ultimately the same. So, with everything that's been going on in the world as well, this meditation is for unity and for peace. And when we find that state of peace, then actually we can see far more clearly. So finding yourself in a comfortable seated position, whether your legs are crossed or you're in a chair, and just bringing your hands today to your heart. Just bringing your left hand and then your right hand on your heart. And just close your eyes and feel the beat of your biological heart. Watching your breath, and just allow a natural rhythm to establish, softening your face, softening your jaw. Letting the flow of life flow over you and through you. And grounding yourself down into the earth beneath. Inhale up through the crown and connecting to that infinite source. Exhale down through the spine, rooting into the earth. And in your own way, find that connection between that which is infinite and that which is finite. And as you fully root down, connecting yourself into this physical existence, this physical body, drink in that which nourishes you and supports you physically. And then connecting up to the heaven, that which inspires you, opening up, becoming sensitive to that inflow of light. I grow and I glow. Can we feel ourselves growing up? Drawing our spine up, aspiring up to greatness. And then draw that light into your third eye, allowing you to see the path that you need to take. And then drawing it down into your heart. Allowing that greater sense of love to flood your heart with love. And then from your heart, expanding that heart, that love out to all the other hearts, or the other souls. Whether it's to your immediate family, whether it's to your community, to your friends, and to the wider world. Feeling that web of love that connects us all. Or those other souls having their dance in this lifetime. And down into their core. Expanding from your core to their core. Bringing a sense of goodwill from your center of will to their centers of will. Wishing all could stand in their true light, in their true self, driven by goodwill and service for each other. And then down into your body and down into the earth. From the ground beneath you up to the sky above you. allowing your breath to guide your mind, allowing your mind to guide your breath from the ground up through your heart to the heavens above you and back down. Feeling that unique identity that you have manifested in this unique physical body of yours, but divinely and completely connected to everything. Feeling this almost etheric web spanning out through all of existence. And then drawing it all back into your heart, your one center where you can feel what's right for you, where you can trust, where you can forgive, where you can accept, where you can love. And sending out another wish for all across the world to feel that love. Bringing your hands to prayer at your heart, maybe making a little gap in the middle for a space for a seed. And planting your seed of purpose. Your seed of service and of love. Just sounding Om to seal our practice, taking an inhale and exhale. An inhale for Om. Namaste.